Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aisyah Farhana bint Muhammad Azman. My number matric is CF200182. I will be explaining about introduction. Peat soil is identified as soft and difficult soil with low shear strength, high organic matter, and low bearing capacity and high compressibility that exists in unconsolidated state. These characteristics cause excessive settlement, which is a very challenge to geotechnical engineers and the construction industry at large. Due to this problematic nature of peat soil, construction on it become a very challenging task to geotechnical and civil engineer. There are many research taking place to find the best method of stabilizing and improving peat soil. The method we use to improve of soft soil is the first compaction piles. The second is stabilization with ordinary Portland cement and addition lime. Is the chemical reaction modify the physical and engineering aspect of a soil such as volume, stability and strength. Next, a remove and replacement of soil using shaded tire. This method is a tire is rubber polymer material, so strongly reinforced with fibers and high strength steel, so can give the high tensile strength, flexibility and high frictional resistance. And the last is improved by preloading. This method apply using embankment material so it can accelerate the compression and to increase the bearing capacity of on peat soil. Thank you.
Hi, I am Khairul Najam binti Razilan. I will continue presenting about our case study. The soil begins to expand or rise for unknown reason, or it may experience abrupt settling or collapse. The structure of soil fabric can change for a variety of causes affecting soil strength. All these factors can impact negatively on the construction process because the soil cannot be utilized for building. Various approaches for improving it are required. Problem soils in Malaysia include peat, acid sulfate soil, soil on sandy beach deposit, saline soils, and soil on ultra-basic rock. These are being intensively researched to maximize their productivity and use for crop establishment. Peatlands in Malaysia cover roughly 2.5 million hectares, accounting for about 7% of the total land area, with 1.0 million hectares in Peninsular Malaysia and the other in Sabah and Sarawak. Their distribution by state Malaysia peat in oligotrophic, meaning it has a low mineral content and is acidic in response, with a pH of less than 4 in its natural condition, generally between 3.5 and 3.8. These peats, which contain less than 10%, are created from forest waste and are made up of a mass of semi-decomposed woody material with a dark brown peaty foundation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Iskandar Zulkarnain bin Azman, and today I am going to present about the sand compaction pulse. Sand compaction into the pulse are one of potential method to improve ground stability, preventing liquefaction. It reduces settlement and similar applications. This method involves driving a hollow steel pipe into the ground. The bottom is closed using a collapsible plate down to the required depth, and the pipe then is filled using sand. The pipe is withdrawn while the air pressure is directed against the sand in it. So, you must be wondering, what is the advantages of sand compaction pulse compared to other methods? First, it is more economical compared to the other ground improvement technique like the stone column. Construction of the sand column is also extremely fast. We have heard about the advantages of sand compaction pulse. Now, its disadvantages. First, it have low stiffness comparable to other technique, and these pulse don't have sufficient high permeability to act as an effective vertical drains during earthquakes.
Selamat sejahtera, my name is Gorin Chan Yuan-Ping. Now I will explain about the stabilization of peat soil with ordinary Portland cement. Stabilization of peat soil with ordinary Portland cement is considered as a chemical stabilization method in which OPC acts as a binding agent. The mixture is kept out of water intrusions during the curing process. Two types of tests have been used for the testing of the peat soil mixture, which is unconfined compressive strength UCS and the California bearing ratio CBR. The curing period for the UCS test is 28, 90 and 180 days. It uses the mixture of 15%, 30% and 50% cement. On the other hand, CBR test uses curing periods of 28, 90, and 180 days with 15%, 25%, 30%, 40%, and 50% cement mixture for soaked and unsoaked tests. Soaked samples undergoes an increase of 100% of its own weight. Curing period will be subjected to an air temperature of 30 plus minus 2 degrees Celsius, dry environment without the intrusion of water. Results show that pit soil can be stabilized with OPC. UCI and CBR values have increased for the pit soil mixture. Air curing helped decrease the water-cement ratio to allow the pit soil mixture become drier. In return, the pit soil gains strength and its load-bearing capacity improved. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Khair Marhanis binti Zakafli, matrix number CF20226. Next, I will explain about the chemical stabilizer method for the pit soil problem. In this technique, the quality of the soil is improved by adding the different chemical compounds in the soil to reduce the ground quality problem. Chemical stabilization is a major category of soil stabilization. This method involves the use of chemical agents for the initiation reactions within the soil for modification of its geotechnical properties. Soil stabilization, also called soil modification, is classified in the group of soil improvement. The chemical stabilization is using the chemical of lime. The disadvantage of this method is it can reduce the optimal water content and increasing the maximum dry unit weight of dry density in the pit soil. Lime has been used for stabilization agents since Roman time. This chemical also used widely to stabilize weak fly ash to reduce settlement and increase bearing capacity of the soil. Pit soil have a problem of instability such as local sinking and development of slip failure. This can be a trouble for construction in civil engineering. This type of soil has lower shear strength with high soft and extremely organic content. Using this addition of lime, the construction cost can be reduced. The delay of the construction work also can be reduced during rainy seasons by stabilizing the soil in order to continue site work. This method gives positive impact on a construction schedule and can save a cost of the delays work because of the weather. The first procedure for this method is the soil depth to be stabilization was clarified and pulverized by suitable equipment. After that, some amount of lime is added into the pulverized soil, either in powder form or in the form of slurry, and will be mixed with suitable equipment. In general, slurry is recommended for a better mixing. If you use powder lime, water should be sprayed evenly throughout the soil. Leave the mixture for 1 to 4 days because the lime soil reaction is slow and takes time. Then add the remaining of the lime content and mix well for the last time. Next, the soil will be sprayed to required grade and compact with a roller. Compaction must achieve the required maximum dry density. The compacted lime soil is left wait for 1 week. Field tests are performed to verify the maximum water content and dry density of the compacted soil. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will continue with remove and replacement. Remove and replacement is one of the oldest and simplest methods which is improve the bearing soil conditions. The use of replacement soil under shallow foundation can reduce consolidation settlement and increase soil bearing capacity. It has some advantage over other technique and deep foundation as it is more economical and requires less delay to construction. The soil replacement method is also applicable for soft soil or pit soil. In the context of civil engineering, pit soil is a problematic deposit. Therefore, new ideas for increasing the strength and reducing the swelling behavior of expensive soils are being developed. One of the new methods which is considered to be inexpensive, accessible and environmentally friendly involves the use of waste materials such as treated waste tire. Okay, next is use of shaded tire in geotechnical engineering for improving the behavior of soil has received great attention in recent times. One of the most important characteristics of tire shade is that they are lightweight materials. The usage of waste products such as tire waste in various forms has been recently developed and being used in several geotechnical applications ranging from retaining structure, earth embankments, asphalt pavement, and paving system, foundation beds, and other applications. A tire is composed of rubber polymer material strongly reinforced with synthetic fibers and high-strength steel, which produce a material having unique properties such as very high tensile strength, flexibility, and high frictional resistance. The aim of the research report here was to experimentally study the effect of adding different percentage of shredded tire chip to pet soil along with sand as a filler, and ultimately determine the optimal percentage of tire chip in terms of highest unconfined compressive strength. Okay, next is test used in this experiment. Unconfined compression, direct shear, and falling head permeability. Okay, as the result show that the stabilization of pit soil with waste tire chip and sand is capable of improving its foundation characteristic to a level that is suitable for major civil engineering project. There are other additives such as cement, lime, and gypsum that may be applied along with tire chip and sand, which can be expected to additionally enhance the strength of pit soil.
Fly ash is a small powdery particles in spherical shape, solid or hollow, and mostly amorphous. The properties were affected by coal burn and techniques. There are four types of coal, which is anthracite, bituminous, subbituminous, and lignite. There are two classes of fly ash, which is class F, that is pozzolanic ash created by burning anthracite or bituminous coal, and we have class C that complied with ASTM C618 chemical and physical specifications. The main difference between both is amount of calcium, silica, alumina, and iron content in the ash. Disadvantage of fly ash is the quality of fly ash can affect quality and strength of concrete. Fly ash with poor quality will increase permeability of concrete that can cause damage to the building. The advantages of fly ash is it helps to control shrink well by binding the soil grains together in a similar way to how Portland cement binds aggregates. Next, it helps in reducing the water content. It is economical and environmentally friendly and resistant to acid and sulfate attacks. For literature review, there is a past research conducted by S. Andavan and Muhammad Hassan from Civil Engineering Department, Savita School of Engineering, India. The journal is to study properties of soils and factors affect the behavior in order to make the foundation strong to support the entire structure.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Situna Shafika binti Muhammad Fauzi, matric number CF200018. So I will continue my part with the conclusion. We know any construction in civil engineering must involve with soil. The selection of type of soil is very important before we start any construction. Any design or construction into pit soil will pose a greater challenge to the geotechnical engineer. Pit soil we know that is very soft as they are organic and contain a high water table, large void ratio, high compressibility, and low bearing capacity. So based on our study, we find out 5 methods to solve the problematic soil. Actually, there are various types of methods to solve the problematic soil, but in our case study, we just highlight 5 methods only. So, to improve and stabilize the pit soil, we can use a sand compaction pile, stabilization with ordinary Portland cement, addition of lime, preloading, and removing and replacement of soil using shredded tire. All of this method will improve the strength of soil and ensure the soil become more stable and easy to use for construction. So that's all from me. Thank you.